first time we were got together, that she'll do an oral roll call.
Chairman Vandewoude.
Here.
Vice Chairman Erickson.
Here.
Representative Blanksma. Nope. Okay. Representative Kingsley. Okay. Representative Mitchell.
Here.
Representative Dixon. Representative Gallagher. Representative Healy. Representative Redmond. Representative Wheeler. Representative Wilson. Representative Rubel. Representative Roberts.
Here.
Thank you.
Committee, well, welcome. We do have a new member on the committee, Representative Marjorie Wilson. So if you could introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, I would appreciate it. And welcome to the committee. There you go.
Okay. Hi, my name is Marjorie Wilson. I am filling in for Representative 2 in District 17. I was born and raised in District 17. I went to Boise School District, and I attended University of Idaho for undergrad, and then went to the University of Washington and got my master's in social work and public health. And now I work in substance use treatment and opioid overdose prevention and treatment.
Okay. Well, thank you. Welcome to the committee.
Thank you.
I've asked Representative Rubel to kind of give us a little bit of an update on Representative Chu, just so that we all kind of know what's going on, because...
Yeah, absolutely. As Representative Chu has, has served on this committee for many, many, many years, probably
Been
maybe
here as
longer
long
than
as
any
I
of us.
have, yeah.
Yep. So she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer this fall. So she's very sick. She is pursuing every form of treatment she can, though. She's getting chemotherapy. She's looking at even possibly getting, surgical treatment. She's willing to travel to the best experts. So we are really hoping that we are going to get some heroic medical help and that she's going to pull through this. And she wants to come back to session as soon as her health permits, but we don't know when that will be. So we are blessed to have the wonderful Representative Wilson during this time. But I'll keep people updated. What we are hoping at some point, and stay tuned, I'm trying to get the logistics figured out and work around her treatment schedule, but she would very much like to have a party where she gets to see everybody, because you never know how these treatments are going to go. So we're going to try to schedule some kind of reception or event at some point during session. I'm feeling out various places we could have it. So I hope that when that comes, that you will all come and cheer her on and wish her the best and thank her for her incredible time in public service.
Thank you. I'll keep her in our prayers also as she seeks the treatment. The next new item on there is we have, of course, a new page, Emma Whitman. So if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and how you ended up volunteering for this.
Yeah, so my name is Emma Whitman. I'm from Jerome County. What made me apply for this committee was the fact that I used to be a gymnast and I used to get a lot of injuries, and so I was around the medical stuff a lot, so I thought it'd be interesting to see how it goes behind the scenes. I'm an art major, so I do want to ask a question. I have a lot of assignments piling up, and I wondered if it would be all right with you guys if I sometimes would sketch your faces. A little bit of a weird question, but I wanted to make sure it was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Representative Rubel.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Only if you shrink my nose.
I was going to ask her to color my hair and take out the wrinkles. I had a lot more requests because quite often when I see a video of the meeting going on, I think, hey, there's an old guy sitting up in front there. You're trying to see what other people see and don't always see it yourself. So, yeah, she is. I saw she had started a sketch already this morning and I looked at it. She's pretty good at it. So,
Thank you.
I would encourage you, yeah. I don't know if you have to sit for the sketch,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, just...
Yeah, pose for a while, yeah.
Emma, I have a little curiosity. What level did you compete to in gymnastics?
I was a level 7
Okay.
before I got.
My daughter's currently competing level 9, and I
Oh,
know
that's
about
amazing.
the injuries. So
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome to the committee. Don't always take what happens in this committee as that's the normal process. So it might be interesting, but yeah, this is only my second session as chair. And so, but I've been on the committee for 11 years. So I think Sue Chu might have been on before I was even, yeah. Yeah. So anyhow, welcome. So committee, proofreaders. Last session was Roberts and Dixon. You both okay with being proofreaders on the minutes?
Yes, I'll do it.
Well, I talked with Irene, and she says, do we just tell them they are, or do we actually ask them? And so I told Irene we were going to tell them, but then I thought I'd be nice enough to ask. But I won't accept no. But anyhow, thank you once again for volunteering for that. In your folder, you will see a flow chart from Health and Welfare. As you probably all are aware that we have an interim director right now, Dean Cameron. Jepson retired. I saw his, he gave me an email on his retirement. He says, so he's retiring so he can spend more time with his grandkids. And I thought, that's a good idea. Maybe I should try that. But anyhow, as of right now, Dean Cameron's position is an interim basis. He's also still head of insurance. So we'll try to work closely with him through this session on issues at Health and Welfare and try to keep things on the right track and get things on the right track that aren't on the right track. So you'll see that. There's also, I believe in your folder, your facts and figures and trends from Health and Welfare. And in your inbox, in your OneDrive, you will see the Idaho Maternity Mortality Review report from 2021. You'll see the Rural Physicians Incentive Program, Idaho Health Quality Planning Commission, Idaho Health Report Card, and Idaho Suicide Prevention Program. So those will all be in there. You also see a cover in your folder of this, and that's also in your OneDrive. In conversations that I've had with the current interim director, with I want to say Senator Cameron, but with Dean Cameron, there's a lot of grants that Health and Welfare is applying for, getting, using. Our intention is to review some of those grants and see whether it's really, do we want to put the effort in or take the money, or are we only doing the programs because the money's there? And so it's our intention. I will work with Senator Van Orden and try to see, which grants are we just taking money to have money and not really programs that we need to do. And so we want to take a review on all the grant money that's coming into Health and Welfare budget-wise and see whether those are good spends or not. Committee, I only have, I think, one piece of legislation so far that's come to me that has an SOP and a fiscal note. So that will be introduced on Monday, and that's counseling compact. So if you have legislation, if you want stuff that you would like us to hear, I won't guarantee you all hear it, but you might like it. And so, get that information to Irene and to me so that we can start moving. We will, now at this point, I will turn it over to the vice chair because he's going to be in charge of the rules. And Representative Erickson, if you can kind of explain what your process is going to be on the rules.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee this year, there are about 8 to 9 days where we will have rules reviews. So we've kind of paired them together into sections of about 3 to 4 groups of rules each day. So that the schedule will just come along. Sometimes we'll pair it with the chairman will have other bills. If there's bills to be heard, we'll do them both on the same day. Should go pretty smooth. We also, I think the chairman will probably talk about some of the things we had you do last year with the budgets and some of the assignments that were there, and we'll have you keep the same group you had. Just give you more time this year to spend some energy on really looking deep into the health and welfare, that assignment you have, and understanding that budget, and make sure that you can report back to committee what kind of good things are going on in that program, anything you're seeing that you feel is good and bad, either way. Just pay attention. Try to really study that and get some information from those folks, because it's important, because we can't all collectively do it ourselves, but as a group, when each one of you takes some energy and puts it in, and we can share that information with the committee and get back to each other and learn a little bit more about the internal workings of health and welfare. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So on the budget, last time what we did is we had Jewel Randolph come, kind of go over the budget, and then everybody was assigned different sections of the budget. I want to reverse that. I want each member to look at the budget, so when Jill comes here, you're more familiar with it, and maybe then can ask the questions that you might have on certain budget items. And so, and I know Representative Wilson, I don't know if you're familiar with what Sue Chu was assigned. So if you have any concerns, if you have some concerns with doing something like that, or need more clarification, otherwise you'll get that same category. So just look up what she was in charge of the budget wise, and if you have some concerns. Otherwise, the rest of you, I think we're going to all go with the same areas of budget that you looked at last year. And I think it's important that we really look at where the money's going, if it's being spent wisely. Yes. Representative Dixon.
Is that in our OneDrive, or where can we
not
be
yet.
reminded?
No.
I'll email us today.
Irene will
So we'll have
email
a
what
reminder?
section you're at.
Thank you.
And the budget is all posted, isn't it, at this point? I'm not sure. I think it should be. I know it should be. The budget should be out there. But yeah, we'll send an email out to everybody reminding you I thought, you'd be real fresh in your memory, all the details from last year. Yeah. So with that, we will not meet tomorrow and Friday. So our next meeting will be Monday. So with that committee, are there any further questions? Not seeing any. And I don't think our page is done drawing Redmond's face yet. So. Oh, okay. Yeah. So with that committee, we are adjourned.